You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, the Webb City Police Department investigates a potential bomb.
And a two-story cabin built by Erie, Kansas high school students goes straight to the auction block.
And we are watching the possibility of some strong, maybe even low-grade severe thunderstorms as we head into tomorrow. We're going to take a complete look at your forecast and break down these rain chances coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. A portion of Webb City opens back up after what appeared to be an old bomb was brought to police. Police Chief Don Melton said a citizen brought the item into the police station. Officers cleared the area and closed down streets. A bomb squad was called in to check out the item. The bomb was determined to not be an active munition. Well, failure to negotiate a curve throws a Southwest Missouri driver from her motorcycle at around 3:20 yesterday afternoon. Troopers say a 2006 Kawasaki Ninja 250 failed to negotiate a curve on Missouri 248. The motorcycle left the road, struck a road sign, and ejected the driver, Bonnie Garrigus. The 39-year-old was transported by air ambulance to Mercy Hospital in Springfield with serious injuries. Erie High School has completed a unique project with its construction class. KOAM's Yana Dula spoke with the teacher and students about the project and joins us now live in studio.
Thanks, Tanya. Erie High School's construction class has been working on a cabin project for a few years, and now it's finished and ready to find an owner. The construction class started the project 3 years ago. However, they took longer to complete the project because of COVID. According to class instructor Eric Kraft, COVID was not only a bad thing because cost of items they needed to purchase for building was lower compared to what prices are now. This is good news for the school as they are having an auction for the cabin tomorrow.
We have roughly $11,000 in materials, but inflation has caused the cost of materials to go up to the point that it would take 15 or 16 to build it a second time.
The open house starts at 5:30 p.m. and the sale will start at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow. Everyone is welcome to join the auction.
All right, well, thanks, Yana. And I'm curious, any ideas what the buyers might use this cabin for once they purchase it?
Yeah, when I talked with Eric, he said they may use it for an Airbnb or then just like a hunting cabin.
Oh, those would both be pretty cool ideas. All right, thank you very much. Well, some local high school students on Wednesday learned about possible career opportunities. McDonald County High School hosted a career fair for its students. Local businesses, industries, and colleges from around the area attended. The school does this fair every year, but this year they're trying something new.
An application station here as well, so if they have applications, that's new this year that we started, they can fill out the application on the side, and we actually have an interview station this year, which we've never had. So if they see somebody that they like when they talk to seniors, they can just take them over there and interview them right on the spot.
In total, more than 35 businesses and schools sent representatives to the fair.
All right. Time for a little weather trivia, and this is on this day in weather history back in 1940. I didn't change this from yesterday. Okay, well, forget that. We didn't want to know about what happened today in history, did we? We did not, because we have a lot going on in the present right now. We have an alert day for tomorrow for some strong, possibly severe thunderstorms across the area. Between now and then, we've got to deal with wind gusts from anywhere from 20, 30, even 40 miles an hour as we head into tomorrow, possibly in some places greater than 40 miles an hour, ahead of a cold front that's going to bring us showers and thunderstorms. Rain Tracker latest estimates still show the 1 to 3 inches across the area, but it's highlighted this area in purple and red as where it's expecting the heaviest rainfall to fall. Now, we do have a very low-end risk for some strong storms in our far western counties, which are highlighted in the brown here, for some hail and possibly some gusty winds. But again, this is a very low risk, and we should remain all right through the day. It's tomorrow we see a better chance of some showers and thunderstorms. 62 in Joplin, mostly cloudy, wind is south at 14. Temperatures across the area are about 20 degrees above what they should be for this time of year. We got 61 Yates Center, 62 in Neodesha and Pittsburgh, 59 Lamar and Carthage, and 58 in Neosho as we start the day. We're going to be abnormally warm and 75 for an afternoon high under mostly cloudy cloudy skies with windy conditions. Windy tonight, maybe some scattered showers with the low dropping back down to 67. And let's get into the future track because this is where you can see a couple of things. You can see the scattered showers that are expected. Once this thing hits about 2 a.m. is when we're going to see those scattered showers across the area. And then as we look at 8:30 tomorrow morning, there's the cold front knocking on our back door with showers and thunderstorms. And then it continues to overspread the area. Here it is at noon. More showers and thunderstorms. By 2:30 is when we really see the activity get going across the region, and it holds on. This is 5 o'clock. Still showers and thunderstorms along this line, and it continues until about 6 or 7. And then on the back side of the low, we could see additional shower and thunderstorm chances, but these aren't expected to be strong or severe. Quick check of the 7-day. The alert day tomorrow, we get cooled off by the cold front, 59 Saturday, and we start warming up again into the lower to mid 70s, even upper 70s as we head into next week. As a look at our forecast, coming up next, Chef Anthony is here in the studio with some canned foods in Studio K. And later, Charlie Tutu provides outdoor activities to veterans and their families. And now they found a new place to call home. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Welcome back. We are in the Chef Anthony Test Kitchen, and we are making a canned food meal today in honor of a canned food drive that's getting underway at Pittsburgh High School later this week.
I love this canned food drive. Every year it gets bigger and bigger, and the students get more and more competitive to try and...
Basically, each study hall is competing for a chance at dinner and dessert.
The teacher gets dinner for two, catered by Culinary Club, and Stuco's providing a celebration party for the students.
Awesome. And it's the winning study hall, whoever raises the most canned food items. So what we're doing this morning is making an actual meal out of canned food items, which is pretty awesome. And yes, we are cooking with Spam.
Yes, so everybody wants a little bit of meat with their meals. So what I have here is some Spam, and I've cut it thin, and I'm putting it into a pan with some garlic, some pickled jalapenos, because most of us have pickled jalapenos in our cupboard, and some pineapple from Martinez Produce. And it's the easiest way to produce it. And this one I have butter, garlic, and we're going to put corn into this one.
Okay.
And then here I have butter, garlic, and potatoes.
And I have been warned to stay out of Chef Anthony's way. He said if I don't, I might get burned today. There's a lot going on.
So canned corn, canned potatoes, we all have something like that. The beauty of those items is they're already cooked. So, and the diced corn, it's already cut down for you. So you open it up, you drain it, you throw it straight into the pan, and you get going.
Garlic's something you got to be careful with because if you let it burn, then it's
let it get too far, and it will get a little on the spicy side for you. Now, some of the things that we're going to add to it are just basic things that you should have in your cupboard at home. I have some black pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper into my potatoes and a little bit of black pepper into my corn.
What are we calling this one here?
This is Hawaiian Spam.
Hawaiian Spam.
Spam is actually really, really popular in Hawaii, so it gives a little bit of an opportunity for you to try something a little bit different with it, and it goes very well with pineapple. Now for my presentation portion, I'm going to put a single ring of pineapple down into there.
Spam is something that I was afraid to actually try until I went on a camping trip where it was like a week-long expedition. We were on a survivor island there, basically, down in off the coast of Florida. But one of the items we had was Spam because you're out for a week. You need meat, you need your proteins.
Exactly.
But you can't have perishable items. So like this, it was a great thing to take camping, and the kids were nervous about trying it, but everybody loved it, hands down. Exactly,
and most people, they are scared of it, but there's so many things that you can do with Spam. It's one of my favorite things to surprise my students with. Okay, here's your protein, make me something. And every time I've done it, I've never been disappointed. They've always come up with something really good, even Vienna sausages.
Yeah.
So, and Vienna sausages, as you can remember probably from your childhood, are not the greatest thing. They're a wonderful little snack, but they're not necessarily the greatest, but they're fun to work with.
Okay.
So, and we're just giving a little bit of caramelization, a little bit of flavor to our potatoes. The corn, we're mixing everything down just a little bit, and I'm trying to alternate flavors and kind of bring everything together under one palette.
Okay.
And except for my corn. My corn I'm going to leave sit kind of independent, a little sweet, and I have this wonderful maple garlic.
Oh yeah.
That we've used before, and I'm going to add that to my corn. and give it a nice little toss. Because see, we're doing vegetables in class right now. And it's one of my favorite things to do because once you learn how to cook vegetables, then you can do just about anything that you want. And I always encourage the students, try something new. You don't like Brussels sprouts? Well, use Brussels sprouts and do 3 different cooking techniques with Brussels sprouts and learn if there's a specific way that you want to try it. I have another student who's never tried okra before. He's from up north and he's like, I've never tried okra. And one of the students is like, oh, you've never tried it, we've got to do okra. So they're working on okra in 3 different methods.
Okay.
So that he can be exposed to it in something that she enjoys. So everything is all coming together really nicely. We're gonna let residual heat finish cooking everything. But canned vegetables, you get about 2 years worth of shelf life out of them. Pickled, anything that's pickled, once it's in the refrigerator, you get about 6 months out of it. And of course I have garlic because I always have garlic on hand. Black pepper, as much as you use most people use black pepper, make sure you get a restaurant grind black pepper. That way, and you can buy them in these large, this is only like $10. So you can buy something like
That'll
this
last
and
you
have,
forever.
oh yeah, this will last you a year, if not more. And then of course, whatever other seasonings that you like. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of my stinging honey over here to my corn, just a little
Stinging honey
bit.
garlic, okay.
I'm keeping with my garlic theme, but I'm going just a little bit of my stinging honey because I want
And
to make sure.
remember, you started out melting butter with garlic too in the base. so-
Yes, I want to make sure that I get a nice variety of flavors with it.
Well, and you talked about you use the Martinez Produce's pineapple, but you could easily use canned pineapple. if
Yes, you
needed
can
to
use
as
canned
well.
pineapple.
Yeah.
It makes life a little easier. Whatever you have inside your cupboard, but I love the produce that comes from Martinez. So I try to use as much of their stuff as I possibly can. It adds a nice variety. So, and we have our pineapple. It's going to look really good with our Spam here. And I'm just kind of pulling it away a little bit, making sure that it's where I want it to be. Spam is already cooked, so all you have to do is give it some color and heat it all the way through.
You get that
Same
fried
thing
taste
the
with
rest.
all your other seasonings in there too.
Oh yes, exactly.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to break and come back and try out our canned food dinner that we've created. All right, we are ready to plate our canned food dinner. I want to come up with a fancier name than that.
Friendsgiving inspired meal.
Friendsgiving?
Friendsgiving. Well, with Thanksgiving coming, you know, everybody's all in a hustle and bustle to get with family. But what about the people that you work with, your friends that you hang out with on a regular basis? What if they don't have a regular Thanksgiving? So Friendsgiving is a great opportunity for you to create something and have everybody over and make something, challenge them. You can only use canned food items.
Ooh, and have everybody bring something.
And have everybody make
And then you
something
work
and
with
bring
that
with
as a
it.
team.
Yes. And what we have is our Spam, and I have our potatoes here.
Pretty Spam with pineapple decor.
I mean, there's no end to the things that you can make like this. So that's the beauty of this. You can do whatever you want. And our corn.
Excited to try it with the maple and the stinging honey and garlic
yes.
seasoning that's on it. Got my fork ready. And it's gonna be hot. I know it.
It is, and it's a rather simple plate, but it's beautiful. It's something that you can kind of enjoy a little bit and just have a little bit of fun with.
All right, how pretty is that?
And this whole thing, to put this together, it was about $1 for this plate.
Wow.
So I think I spent $7 putting everything together that we needed.
Okay, that's not bad
And
at
I
all.
haven't. You can produce enough in here for 4 people.
Okay. While I try this, why don't you give me the details again about the canned food drive, when it starts, and how you can participate as a member of the community.
The Daniel Parker Canned Food Drive is started by a senior. Community members, you can participate on the 15th, 16th, and 17th and drop it off in the drive-through in front of the high school. Students will be there to receive it. Before school and after school, just come through. We'll be there after school till about 4:30, and then we'll be there in the morning. Encourage your student, oh, you have this. Encourage them to take stuff in for their study halls. Bring it in. Last couple of years, our first year we raised about $1,200 to $1,400 worth, or 12 to 1,400 pounds
Wow.
of canned food. Last year was close to 2,000 pounds, and it gets bigger and bigger every year.
And it's going to Creating Legacies.
Going into Creating Legacies that has a food pantry, after-school mentorship programs, music education programs, and all sorts of good stuff like that. And then it also stays in our community and schools closet. And Coach Davis puts together these wonderful little packets to help students get through weekends, get through holidays, things like that. And it's a wonderful opportunity to do it. Then we have our baking competition, which is this Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday at 10 a.m. at the high school. Please come on out and join us. Check out some of the stuff. We have 10 schools. We have almost 40 competitors, middle school students, high school students, and teachers. Come out and check out and see what they make and maybe try a little bit of their food, give them some support.
Is it too late to enter if you haven't already?
No, if you enter before Friday, we'll take all entries until Friday. So if you have a student who is into it, the idea behind this is they make it at home, they bring it in. Encourage them to work together. Work together as a family, produce something, bring it in, celebrate it. The student has a story behind it. That's perfect. And you can enter breads or desserts, and those are the two independent categories for each division. And we look forward to everything. We want to try all sorts of good stuff.
All right, sounds like it's going to be a fun day.
It will be.
Again, Saturday, 10 a.m. at Pittsburgh High School.
That's right.
All right, and this is delicious, by the way. Really good.
Good. I'm
Great
glad
job.
you enjoy it.
I'm going to eat the rest of that piece of Spam.
I might have one of the others.
There you go. All right, we will go to break, and you can watch these segments and see Coach Elsie Davis talking about the canned food drive more on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com.
In Health Watch this morning, the battle to control monkeypox and the best way to manage some heart issues. Bradley Blackburn has a look at some of today's top health stories.
The American Heart Association has new guidelines to help diagnose and manage aortic disease. The recommendations include increased family screening to identify people most at risk for heart valve disease. Doctors want more consistency in screening, especially in the way MRIs and scans are obtained and reported. And the guidelines call for more emphasis on shared decision-making between doctors and patients. A new study in South Korea finds people in their 20s and 30s who drink moderate to heavy amounts of alcohol are about 20% more likely to suffer a stroke as a young adult. Researchers say the risk of stroke increases the more years people drink. And researchers in the UK now believe monkeypox can be transmitted before any symptoms appear. They found transmission was detected up to 4 days before the onset of symptoms. Researchers say the findings highlight the need to vaccinate as many people as possible against the virus. That's a look at some of the day's top health stories. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Well, we do have an alert day for tomorrow due to the possibility of some strong, maybe some low-grade severe thunderstorms tomorrow. So we have a lot to get through before then, and this is where we start. We've got wind gusts anywhere from 20, 30, maybe even 40 miles an hour ahead of the cold front, which is back here on this particular map, and it starts to move in. Those winds will really be howling before we get to the showers and thunderstorms. The rain tracker continuing to update, still looking at 1 to 3 inches across the area for rainfall, but as you can see, it's been pretty consistent on this swath right through the heart of our area as receiving some of the most rain. There is a very low-end chance of a strong, possibly severe storm in our very far western counties. As you can see, if we saw anything, it'd be hail and wind as the primary threats, but the good news is this is a very low-end threat at this point. It's tomorrow we have the better chances of more organized activity. 62, mostly cloudy in Joplin, south breeze at 14 miles an hour. We're about 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. We are 62 in Neodesha, 65 in Chanute, 62 in Pittsburgh, 60 Miami, and 58 in Neosho. And as we go through today, windy, mostly cloudy, 75 for the high. Tonight will be windy, mostly cloudy, some scattered showers possible, 67 for the low. As we look at the future tracks, we were talking about the scattered shower possibilities. By the time this thing gets right to 2 a.m., you'll start to see a few scattered showers across the area. We're not talking widespread, but some isolated showers out there. And then by 8:30, we've got the cold front right on our back door, with showers and thunderstorms beginning to develop. By the noon hour, they're rolling into our western counties, say Yates Center, Fredonia, closing in on Chanute, Coffeyville, and Bartlesville. And then by 2:30, this whole line really gets together. And this starts to be the time we could see the stronger thunderstorms, maybe some low-grade severe storms. And you can see there's a lot more activity by 2:30 across the area. And as we head into 5 o'clock, southeast Kansas starts to calm down as the line progressively moves off into southwest Missouri, but we're still dealing with some strong thunderstorms by 5. Once 6, 7 o'clock rolls around, the line gets out, but then we got on the backside of the low, bringing us some additional shower and thunderstorm chances. But the good news is that stuff isn't expected to be strong or severe. We cool down thanks to the front on Saturday, 59. Set your clocks back Saturday night, and we start to warm back up starting on Sunday. Partly cloudy skies, temps pushing 80 by next week, and maybe a few morning showers on Election Day. We're back right after this.
Four States Most Watched News starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:30. Erie High School has completed a unique project with its construction class. KOAM's Yana Abdullah spoke with the teacher and students about the project and joins us now live in the studio.
Thanks, Tanya. Erie High School's construction class has been working on a cabin project for a few years and now is finished and ready to find an owner. The starting bid for this cabin that students build at Erie High School is $11,000, but it should be higher, according to class instructor Eric Kraft.
Inflation has caused the cost of materials to go up to the point that it would take 15 or 16 to build it a second time.
The class started building the cabin 3 years ago, right before COVID hit. Kraft says it was a blessing because back then the cost of materials was lower, but it also caused a challenge because of work delays.
I lost some time there, and then the second year I only had 3 students return during the weird COVID pandemic, where we had to wear masks and things like that.
Kraft came up with the idea for a residential construction project so the students can get some hands-on experience in a field that can earn a good salary.
There seems to always be work for somebody who can do something with their hands, and I hope they learn that that's going to only increase in value as time goes along.
The students not only build the cabin, but also handle budgeting and purchasing the materials for it.
Buying the stuff, that was hard to, find the good quality stuff, but for, a decent price.
Devin Taylor was one of the students working on the cabin last year.
We put in the counters and cabinets and set the flooring down, the carpet upstairs, the railing, the ladder.
Current students say working on a project like this can have difficulties, but it helps to listen to the teacher and others who may be more experienced.
You just really need to listen and know what, but even before you start working on the project, he'll teach you some things in class that you need to know, like the interior of the building, like studs, stuff like that. He'll teach you all about that. You need to know about that stuff for when it comes to nailing and stuff.
It's a class that teaches the students all of it: teamwork, budgeting, time management, and of course, construction. The auction for cabin will be tomorrow. The open house starts at 5:30 p.m. and the sale will start at 6:30 p.m. All the money goes back to the school and construction class.
Thanks, Yana. It sounds like a great project for them to learn from. And I'm curious though, do they have any potential buyers at this point?
Yes, I talked with Eric and he said maybe some former students from the high school, they have been looking at it, so it will be interesting to see.
All right. Hopefully they can find some good use for it. All right, thank you, Yana. Well, this morning we've been discussing being inclusive. Chin Elementary third grader Jackson Grinter loves football, and when his mom found out he was going to have a chance to play it, she nearly cried.
Jackson is part of the all-new after-school flag football program at Chin Elementary. The instructor says it's all about outside activity and inclusion, opportunity, all wrapped in learning the sport of flag football, no matter the challenges. That brings us to our question for you this morning. Do you think all sports and activities should be inclusive? So far, 56% of you say no, and 44% of you say yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the question is like actually getting specific on an inclusive version of every sport or all sports in general be inclusive. So, I mean, I know that's what it's asking, but
right, and I'm just wondering exactly if it's more of a
obviously this is a tamed down version of football, flag football.
Right, exactly. This wouldn't be standard flag football.
I wouldn't want to see Little Jackson get tackled on the field.
No, and so maybe that's kind of what we're looking at. Well, but you still have an opportunity to vote. KOAMnewsnow.com/vote through the app. Take part in discussion on our Facebook page. Okay, weather. because we've got so much to talk about. An alert day for tomorrow for the possibility of strong, even severe thunderstorms. Ahead of that, we're going to be dealing with wind gusts pushing anywhere from 20, 30, 40, 45 miles an hour across the area ahead of the cold front, bringing us our showers and thunderstorms. Latest projections on the rain tracker. We're still looking at 1 to 3 inches of rainfall across the area. The rain tracker is plotted out right through the heart of the area where it believes the heaviest rain is going to fall. We also have a very low threat of a stray, strong, or severe storm in our far western counties. You can see the brown highlights here. It's for a low hail risk and a very low wind risk. This is a very low risk overall that we could see a strong storm or two out there. I think for the most part we'll be okay. It's tomorrow that we have a better opportunity. Now I was looking at this. This is why I turned the camera back toward the sunrise. The sky over here. My dad was in the Navy for a little over 20 years, and he always used to tell me, red sky at night, sailor's delight, red sky at morn, sailor take warn. And that's a red sky. We do have some storms on the way, so it always makes me wonder how true that old adage is. 62 in Joplin, wind is south at 14 under obviously mostly cloudy skies. 62 Neodesha, 64 Parsons, 58 Neosho, and 56 in Monette. Going through today, we're windy, we're warm, high of 75 degrees. Heading into tonight, maybe some scattered showers after midnight, otherwise mostly cloudy and 67. I want to get right to the future track because first off you can see where we'll see those scattered showers once this thing hits about 2 a.m. You'll see they're scattered, isolated across the area. Then it's 8:30. There's the cold front, showers, thunderstorms along that front by noon in our viewing area in places say Chanute, Yates Center, Fredonia. Then it starts to overspread the area by 2:30. Good portion of southeast Kansas under storms. And then we got more developing in northeast Oklahoma around Miami, Veneta, and Grove. Then we get the line really together, and by 5, it's spreading into southwest Missouri and slowly exiting southeast Kansas. And then eventually, by about 6, 7 o'clock, it starts to roll out of southwest Missouri, but you see the spin from the low pressure system. That's going to bring us some showers and maybe rumbles of thunder on the reverse side of this system as well. But the good news is those aren't expected to be strong or severe. Quick look at the 7-day. Cool it off for Saturday because of the front, 59. We start to warm back up, maybe a shower or two Tuesday morning. Temperatures pushing 80 by next week. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. Before we go, here's a live look at downtown Pittsburgh. We'll be right back.
It's time to honor today's four-state hero, Private First Class David Goff. The Riverton, Kansas native served in Iraq from 2004 to 2005 as part of the 494th Airborne Division. To Private First Class David Goff, we thank you. Today's four-state hero. Charlie 22 Outdoors provides outdoor activities to our nation's veterans and their families. And now the group has found a new place to call home. KOAM Shagun Bamadelli has more.
After their first meeting in 2017, the group grew larger and had no place to call home. From using the director's personal house and farmland to using other private properties of members. Scott tells me he is extremely grateful that Charlie 22 has a place to call home and conduct his daily operations.
There's too many people involved now, there's too much gear, too many supplies, just too many things to have in my office at my house. And literally hardly any room in my office to turn around in my chair.
Charlie 22 is moving into the old Clubhouse Museum in Webb City. Scott says the new building brings a level of comfort.
Logistically, it's going to make things so much easier because it's the location of it, the size of it, how easy it is to get in and out of it. There's the rooms that's in here. So logistically, it's going to make things a ton easier for us.
The president of Webb City Historical Society says Charlie 22 is a good fit for the building.
We had wanted to rent it to a nonprofit. We thought that was appropriate. And the more we discussed it with Charlie 22, the more we thought it was a really good fit.
While other spaces were considered, Nicole said that getting Charlie 22 was perfect.
And so we got the possession of the building from the city back. They had held it for about 18 months for us. And we made arrangements with Charlie 22, and it's a match made in heaven.
In Webb City, Shagun Bamadelli, KOAM News.
Hundiker says the group will use the first 2 floors, kitchen, bathrooms, and storage areas.
We've got some opportunities for showers and thunderstorms. Some of them could be strong, low-grade, severe heading into tomorrow. We'll have a complete look at your forecast when we come back. All right, we do have an alert day for tomorrow for the possibility of some strong, possibly low-grade severe thunderstorms on Friday. Ahead of that, we've got to deal with gusty winds pushing anywhere from 20, 30, possibly 40 miles an hour ahead of the cold front that's going to bring us these showers and storms. Latest from the rain tracker on its projections for rainfall across the area. Still looking at the 1 to 3 inches, but it is expecting the heaviest rain to fall right across the heart of our viewing area in the purple and red colors. We also have a very low-end chance of a stray strong storm or two in our far western counties, as evidenced here in the brown colors. This is for a low hail risk and a low wind risk. Again, this overall risk is very low, but it is there for a stray strong storm or two in our far western counties today. 7th and range line sunrise looking really good. 62, mostly cloudy. South breeze at 14 miles an hour. And as we take a look at temperatures across the area, we're mild. 62 Neotis J, 65 Parsons, 62 Pittsburgh, 59 in Lamar and Carthage. Going through today, we're going to be warm, we're going to be windy, 75 under mostly cloudy skies. Heading into tonight, we could see a few scattered showers across the area, otherwise mostly cloudy. We're going to hit 67 and just kind of hover there for a little bit. As we look at the future track shows us first off right around 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning is when we could see a few of those scattered showers across the area. You can see they're fairly isolated, but it's the cold front off here to our northwest. By 8:30 in the morning, it's going to be knocking on our back door just northwest of Yates Center, bringing us some showers and thunderstorms. Starts to roll into the area by about noon, and you can see starting to overtake Yates Center, Chanute, Fredonia, places along the west side. 2:30, more showers and thunderstorms across the area. Some of these, again, could be strong, low-grade, severe. By 5, it starts to exit southeast Kansas, but it's really got southwest Missouri locked in with additional showers and thunderstorms. And then once the line gets out of here about 6, 7 o'clock, the backside of the system brings additional shower and thunderstorm chances to us. Those shouldn't be strong or severe, but they will be there. Cooling down Saturday, 59 from the cold front, then warming back up, 70 on Sunday, maybe a stray morning shower on Tuesday, and we start to warm back up close to 80 degrees by next week. Now, here's Tanya Bach with Consumer Watch. Never mind, I'm just kidding, it's me. And the Powerball lottery jackpot is now $1.5 billion after 39 consecutive drawings with no jackpot winner. According to the Powerball, the cash value of the prize will be roughly $745.9 million. The winning numbers for Wednesday's Powerball drawing for an estimated $1.2 billion were 2, 11, 22, 35, and 60 with a Powerball of 23. And no ticket matched all 6 numbers. Next drawing is on Saturday. It's going to be the second largest jackpot in Powerball history. Biggest Powerball jackpot of all time was $1.586 billion in January of 2016. I do remember that particular jackpot. We'll be right back with more after this, but first, we're going to take a look at this nice live shot from Pitt State and the market prices before the opening bell.
Imagine if you were trick-or-treating and the house you came to had no candy. What would you do?
Well, most kids would have just walked away, but not Camden and Macy, and what they did was caught on camera.
Robbie Gliss has the story.
Some people took a lot of pieces.
Watch as Camden and Macy Chestner realize the candy bucket at a Lowell, Indiana home on Halloween is empty. Most kids would walk away.
I'm gonna put some candy.
A brave moment for a big brother who generously adds some of his own candy with his sister for the next trick-or-treaters. Tonight, we spoke with them and their mom.
I'm a girl, little sister,
Yes.
and they thought I was a boy.
Yes, an important point of clarification from Macy. Let's continue as Camden described why he did what he did with his little sis.
I once saw something on YouTube, and it was someone giving someone's candy bowl with like a teenager took all the candy from it. So I was thinking I would be nice too and also do that.
The owner of the home where this happened shared the video with Hammond firefighters, who then set out to search for Camden and Macy's mother.
It makes me feel really good. Like, I wasn't even expecting it all day. I was just I was just really proud of them.
Residents now calling them Halloween heroes. So we asked the siblings what they think it means to be a hero.
Someone that can, helps others and does anything to like help anybody in need.
Helping people when they get hurt, and when they get hurt, I tell them to take a deep breath through their nose and take a deep breath out through their mouth.
That's some good advice.
Yeah, I was just going to say, some great
good
advice there.
I'm just curious how the firefighters and that homeowner figured out who those two little kids were.
Well, I mean, we're from this area. We know there are some smaller communities
True,
where
true.
there's somebody knows somebody who knows somebody.
Or
And
maybe
so,
they figured it out with their conversation, because it was picking up the audio too.
yeah, it's a distinct possibility. I'm sure they just had a way to know.
And she wanted you to know that she is a girl.
Yes,
Very
she made
clear
it very
about that.
clear that she was a girl.
Don't get that wrong.
No, you do not want to do that at all. We after post, let me put it this way, post Halloween, we now have a pretty spooky forecast. We do have an alert day for us for tomorrow for the possibility of some strong, maybe even low-grade severe thunderstorms across the area. Between now and then, we've got to deal with this business. We're talking wind gusts 20, 30, maybe even 40 miles an hour across the area ahead of this cold front that's bringing us the shower and thunderstorm activity. Rain tracker, latest projections show still 1 to 3 inches of rain possible across the area. But if you're in this purple and red zone, you're looking at the best chance for the heaviest rain, at least right now. So Nevada, Lamar, Joplin, Neosho, Miami, Grove, Veneta, some decent amounts of rain on the way. For today, there is a very low end risk of some stronger storms in our western counties. And it looks like this is actually just updated from the last time I saw it. So I'll have to take a look. But you can see initially it cut off right about here. It's been shifted a little further east. Now the risk here is still low. But if we do see some stronger storms in the shaded area, hail and wind are the primary threats. But yeah, this has definitely been shifted a little further east for today. Right now, excuse me, 7th and range line looks great with that sunrise right under the clouds. Mostly cloudy, 62 in Joplin. We are about 20 degrees above where we should be for this time of year across the area. 65 Chanute, Parsons, 62 Pittsburgh, 59 Lamar and Carthage, and 56 down in Anderson as we start the day. And going through today, windy, warm, mostly cloudy, 75. Tonight, could see some stray showers across the area, mostly cloudy otherwise. We're going to hit 67 and just kind of hold there for a little while. And I wanted to show you the future track, because if that map is updated, there's a slight chance that this may have updated along with it. So we're gonna see it firsthand together. Nothing's really changed on this so far, but we'll keep an eye on it. So as you can see, by 2 a.m., scattered showers across the area are possible. And then right around 8:30, that cold front starts setting off showers and thunderstorms right on our back door. And you can see still some spotty showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder ahead of the front. And then by about noon, we're talking Chanute, Fredonia, just west of Coffeyville, Bartlesville, Yates Center, starting to get in on the shower and thunderstorm activity. By 2:30, the line starts advancing further eastward. So again, Chanute, Fredonia, Parsons, Fort Scott knocking on Pittsburgh's door. And then look at northeast Oklahoma getting in on its own shower and thunderstorm activity by about 2:30. Then we get a good line of storms rolling through the area Friday by 5 o'clock. You can see it moving into southwest Missouri. It kicks out of here by 7 or 8. And then it leaves us on the backside of the low with some additional showers and maybe a rumble of thunder. But the good news is on the backside, other than getting chillier, no strong storms are expected. We're going to cool down for Saturday thanks to the cold front, 59 degrees. And then we start to warm up 70 on Sunday. Showers possible Tuesday morning, and then we're near 80 for the week ahead. We're back with more right after this. But before we go, you're looking at a live shot of Carney Smith Stadium on the campus of Pitt State. We got more after this.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Here's what's happening today. Former President Trump returns to the campaign trail today. He will be in Iowa, headlining a rally for the Republican Senate and gubernatorial candidates. President Biden heads west, campaigning in New Mexico and Southern California. Last night, Biden spoke about the threat to democracy from candidates who cast doubt on elections and asked Americans to take that into consideration when voting in the midterms. The man who shot and killed 14 students and 3 others at a school in Parkland, Florida, is spending the rest of his life behind bars. 4 years after the shooting, Nicholas Cruz was sentenced to life without parole. He was spared the death penalty by a jury last month. During the two-day hearing, grief-stricken loved ones and survivors expressed anger over a state law requiring a unanimous verdict on sentencing. And Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets are each donating $500,000 to causes and organizations that work to eradicate hate and intolerance. In a joint statement from the team, the superstar, and the Anti-Defamation League, Irving says he is aware of the negative impact caused by his actions, and he posted a link to a film filled with conspiracy theories about Jewish people. The Nets' next game is Friday in Washington, D.C.
We got some mostly cloudy skies, windy, 75 for the high today. Mostly cloudy, maybe a scattered shower or two late tonight, 67 for the overnight low. And a look at the 7-day, we've got an alert day tomorrow for the showers and thunderstorms. Some could be strong, possibly low-grade severe, and then they'll clear out in time for the weekend. But we will be watching those storms tomorrow, and we'll have the latest on the forecast when we see you again at noon.
All right. Have a great morning and an even better day.